The book I chose to do my integrated unit on is Room on the Broom, a fantasy story. It is a cute little rhyming book that I share with my kindergarten class. Since its main character is a witch equipped with a cauldron and broomstick, I wait to share this cute book until October. I use it as one of my Halloween read-alouds. My students love this book and always ask for rereads. It has repetition, which keeps the students active while I read, and they love helping me read during these familiar parts of the story. It is a book about friendship, helping others, and teamwork. The title of the book is Room on the Broom. The author is Julia Donaldson, and the illustrator is Axel Scheffler. For my integrated activities, I will be using kindergarten as the grade level. The main character is the witch, and the supporting characters are the cat, dog, bird, frog, and a fire-breathing dragon. Room on the Broom is a fun, rhyming children's book about a witch and her cat flying through the night sky on a broomstick when, unexpectedly, the wind blows the witch's hat, hair bow, and then her wand away. As luck would have it, 3 thoughtful animals find the witch's possessions and after giving the items back, only ask for one favor in return, to take a ride on her broomstick. The witch kindly agrees and all animals board the broomstick. After the animals are on, the witch's broom breaks in half from the weight of all the new travelers, and they tumble to the ground, where they must face the peril of being eaten by a ravenous dragon. The dragon sets his eyes on the witch, and the animals must scheme up a plan to scare the dragon. After the dragon is scared away, the witch makes a potion and casts a spell that produces a better broomstick than ever before. The witch and the animals fly off happily ever after. Integrated Literacy Activity, Rhyming Word Hunt. Students will need pre-made witch hat wands made from paper straws with tiny printed witch hats taped to the end. Students can make these before this lesson. While reading the rhyming story, students will hold up their wands when they hear a pair of rhyming words. This activity is excellent for helping build phonemic awareness and listening skills. After finishing the story, students will complete a rhyming word broom. Students will need brooms cut out of paper with a word typed on the end of the broom. They will also need picture cards to cut out and attach to their broom with the corresponding correct pictures that rhyme with their word. Integrated Literacy Activity, Character Identification. Students will be given character picture cards, and as the story is read, they will stand up when their character is introduced. At the end of the story, the class will work together, putting the characters in order as the author presented them in the book. After putting the characters in order, they will then attach their character card to the Story Map interactive anchor chart, which is used to illustrate the different parts of a story. The students will put the characters in order in which they were introduced. This activity is excellent for highlighting the main and supporting characters as well as retelling the story. Integrated Writing Activity, Making Connections. After reading the story several times, students will discuss how the witch shows kindness by allowing all the little animals to ride on her broom. This kindness is repaid when the animals rescue the witch from the hungry, fire-breathing dragon. Students will connect to this story by writing about who they would let ride on their broom if they were witches, even if there wasn't any room on their broom. When finished writing, they will illustrate their story by drawing a picture that matches. This activity is a good way for students to start making connections and practicing their writing skills. Students may need several different writing prompts for differentiation based on their writing abilities. Integrated Writing Activity, Interactive Opinion Writing. Students will be given a writing prompt where they will write about their favorite part of the book and then give reasons why. Students will think about the story. Next, they will decide on their favorite part and explain why they chose that part of the story as their favorite. When finished, students will illustrate their story. Students may be given different writing prompts according to their writing ability. Integrated writing activity, potion writing. Students will be given a prompted writing paper with a picture of a cauldron at the top. Students will be producing and writing about a potion they would make and listing the ingredients used to make it. They will also state what their potion will do. In the cauldron at the top, students will write or draw the ingredients used to make their potion. For the body of the text, they will write about what magic they are creating and how they will use the magic potion. This activity is fun for the students because they can use their imagination to decide what unique items will be used and what their potion will end up doing. Integrated math activity, room on the broom measurement. For this activity, students will be given printed out pictures of a broom, witch, cauldron, wand, and the story's animals in all different sizes, Unifex cubes, and a recording sheet. Students may work in pairs or individually. They will use the cubes to stack and figure out the length of each picture by how many cubes high they are. Students will then record their answers on their recording sheets. When finished, students will use the cubes to see how tall the teacher's actual classroom broom is. When finished, the class will talk about which of the pictures was the tallest and which picture was the shortest. This activity is fun for students to do while learning about length. Integrated math activity, greater, lesser, and equal. Students will search around the room for cards that have been taped on the walls for this activity. They will have a recording sheet where the students will count and record the amount of room on the broom items on each picture card that they find, up to the number 20. When they have located and recorded all the cards, they will then record which pictures had the least, greatest, and equal amounts of items. Integrated science activity, witch and animal needs. Students will work whole group to complete a Venn diagram composed of 2 hula hoops laid out on the ground to compare and contrast the needs of the animals versus the needs of the witch. Students will be given index cards and they will either write or draw a picture of their answer and then lay it correctly placed inside the Venn diagram. Once completed, students will talk about the diagram and record the answers on a recording sheet. Integrated science activity, animal and witch habitats. For this activity, students will be given craft supplies such as Play-Doh, popsicle sticks, clothespins, toilet paper rolls, cardboard, and any other STEM resources and craft supplies on hand. Students will work in pairs or groups, and they will pick a picture of an animal or the witch from the book, and their group will create the habitat for the chosen character. Once completed, the groups will tell about their character and describe the habitat that they created. The habitats can be displayed in the room. Students will need prior knowledge of animals and their habitats. This background information will need to be taught before the start of this lesson. The end.